Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am the inconsequential runner and tomorrow I'm going out for a run in the trails, and I've got two favorite shoes that I want to talk about and do almost like a quick shoe review where I'm comparing them head to head. I haven't really planned this. I'm just going to riff it because as I say, I'm about to hit the trails tomorrow. But the two shoes are from Asics, the Trubuco Max, and from Nike, the Zegama. Now, the point of difference with these trail shoes is this. Let me get myself positioned. There we go. Is they're kind of the start of the Max Stack shoes. We've had Max Stack shoes come through, of course, with our road shoes, and this is starting to transition in the trail shoes. And what it offers more than anything is it offers, I suppose, an easier ride on your legs, especially if your trail run includes a lot of elevation and a lot of downhill where you're really smashing your legs. And that's where these two come into the fore. Now, there might be other shoes that are really great. I can only give you my impressions on these shoes. And of course, my impressions might be different from others because the way people or the way that shoes respond to people is slightly different. But let me just go through these two. If you're considering these two shoes, yeah, look, I'll put them head to head at the moment. Both about the same size. I think this is a 10. They're both the US 10. I've cut the tags off. If there's a tag that sort of sits in the insole, I tend to just cut it off if I can. But anyway, I'm sure they're both US size 10. And where I'm going with that is they are both about the same weight. There's not enough weight difference where I differentiate between the two. But let's start from the outsole and work our way up. So the outsoles on both the shoes, look, there's good grip on the Zegama, but there is better grip on the Asics. So certainly if you're going over rocky terrain that can sometimes be a bit damp or the surface can be a bit slippery, I'd go with this. What you can see is the outsole on the Trubuco Max covers the whole foot, where you do have the sort of dead zone on the Zegama. I haven't found that a problem. I have run from road to trail in the Zegama, and that works fine. But what it does do is it does burn through some of the lugs. To be fair though, the Zegama has done over 400 kilometers, so you expect some of the lugs to wear down. If you're used to the other Nike shoes, like the Wild Horse and like the Kiger, you're going to get superior grip in the Zegama. The grip is better. This is the version 1 of the Zegama. And it's much easier on your legs with the ZoomX foam. It's a different type of ZoomX foam that you would have experienced in the Alpha Fly and the Vapor Fly, and certainly in the Invincible. Feels different, but it is protective. Okay, so head to head, the grip, I'm going to go with Asics for this. The bite on the Zegama is better than other Nike shoes that I have run with. Asics is that click above. In terms of the ride and the feel, so we're getting into the midsole now, they're both very similar. You've still got good track feel, like the track doesn't become vague underfoot because of the stacks in both of these shoes. You've still got really good feel, but there's a real protective feel. And what I find is when I finished maybe a 13 or a 17K run in these both these shoes, my legs feel pretty good at the end. They're not completely smashed as you'd expect, with something that offers much less protection, which is really great. So I don't think I'm going to compare the foams to each other. What I am going to say is this foam and the way they've got it set up, the ZoomX on the Zegama, is really good. And the Flight Foam Blast Plus, yeah, you can see it there, FF Blast Plus is really good too. They both do the job that they've been set out to do. In terms of the uppers, the upper is a little bit thicker on the Asics, which I don't know what that means. I think we can experience, or we are experiencing, slightly more breathability with the Zegama, but to be honest, I haven't noticed a difference. I haven't run in one or the other and thought that one is hotter than the other. So I think the upper is relatively the same. The lockdown in both shoes is good. No troubles with that. I'm not comparing the same age between the shoes. As I say, the Zegama or the Asics is only 100 kilometers old. So there's a big difference between the two. But looking at the outsoles, looking at the glue between the outsole and the midsole and the upper, you know, there's nowhere where the showing is starting to come away. There's nowhere where it's wearing too much or it's starting to fray. The Zegama, you can see I use these things, didn't clean them for the video. I never clean them. Hold on, not never. If they're really caked in mud, then I'll take it off because it's just extra weight. But if it's like this, then, you know, it's good to go. I mean, these things are tools. The outcome is not about keeping the shoe clean. It's about how my legs and my heart responds to it. It makes me a better runner. Okay, anyway, back to this. What I was going to say is the upper on the Nike. You've got this gaiter here around the heel that pinches in around your Achilles tendon and around your ankle. With the Trubuco Max, you don't have that, but there is some, and I don't know how to use these, and I haven't used these, but there are some Velcro points where I think you can buy a gaiter and you stick it in, you know, you can pinch it here, and there's something on the front on the tongue. There we go, where you can also do something with it there. I don't know. I've never had a problem with stuff coming into my shoe. That might be the nature of the trails that I'm on, but they are a mix of not fine stone, but yeah, quite rocky trails, a lot of dirt, lots of twigs. So a lot of stuff gets flicked up, and I've not had a problem with either of the shoes where I've had to stop mid-run and try and fish hook with my finger some foreign particle or body or just some bit and piece that's come off the trail into them. So they both tick the box for that. Now, head to head, here we go. For me, I'm happy to wear either for my run tomorrow. But for my run tomorrow, I will be taking the Trubuco Max. Just the extra superior grip it just offers me the level of assurance I'm looking for. I think the midsole, I think I slightly prefer the Zegama in the midsole. Maybe I'm just more used to it. Maybe that's it, because I've done hundreds more kilometers in this shoe than I have with this. But the Zegama is definitely becoming close to end of life, because I don't know if you can see that, but the lugs at the back there, what side's that? So that's on the lateral side of my left heel. Are starting to really wear, and that would be, I think that would be mainly the road to trail, but there is definite lug wear, where these lugs here after 100 kilometers on the Trubuco Max, they still look fantastic. The lug depth is about the same. They both look to be about 4 millimeters, but for whatever reason these bite better, so there's probably a better design. There is the 4 millimeter lug depth, but that's down to the outsole, and you can see there's some cutouts in the outsole, and that goes down another millimeter. So there can be a 5 millimeter difference between the tip of the lugs and the midsole you see shining through the outsole, so the cutouts of the outsole. That's it. Look, if one shoe's on retail and the other one's on special, where I'm at with these shoes is I'd buy the one on special that I save more money on. Head to head, you know, I'm taking the Trubuco Max out tomorrow. I prefer that one slightly more, and that's it. Any questions you've got, throw it in the comments below. Hope that's helpful if you're weighing out which of these two shoes that you might want to pick up. But I will say going to Max Stack shoes for trail running has worked an absolute peach for me. Really enjoy it. Enjoy your run. Take care. Catch you in the next one.